I will now call the meeting to order. All trustees are present except for Valerie. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public comment. Do we have any public comments regarding any items on this agenda? Swearing in of newly appointed board members.
We have two newly elected board members, or not really newly, but so Sammy Ramirez and Teresa Cisneros, if you could stand and we'll take the oath of office. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Teresa Cisneros,
Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the State of California,
to the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
And that I will
and
well
will
and
faithfully
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
discharge the duties that I am about to enter.
Congratulations to you both, Sammy and Teresa, for 4 more years of working. So our next step is to elect a new president for this year. Since we have 2 new members, this time we'll take any nominations for president of the board.
Yes, it is. Status quo?
I'll nominate Teresa.
I'll second.
I'll nominate Valerie.
Valerie did ask me that she has some other personal obligations, and if she would not be nominated, she would appreciate it. We have a motion and a second for Teresa. Any other nominations or any discussion? Roll call vote. Sandra?
Aye.
Teresa?
Aye.
Sammy?
Aye.
Patty? Aye. Thank you. Congratulations. Now you get to take over the meeting from here.
Wow. Do I take over today?
Take over right now.
Oh, wow. No.
There's no grace period.
You had a 3-second grace period, that was it.
Just gonna have to sit right here and sort of go with me. I've been watching her, but it's not the same, when you do it, so. Next.
Vice President?
Pick the vice president?
Yeah, we'll take nomination.
Okay, so do I have a nomination for vice president? I nominate Sandra. I second it. What's the next question? Any discussion? No? Okay, roll call. Sandra?
Aye.
Sammy?
Aye.
Forgot your name, Patty? It's right here, okay. Sandra? And then I. Okay. Do I have a nomination for clerk? I'll second. Okay, let me see, wait. Any discussions? No. Sandra?
Aye.
Aye, Sammy?
Aye.
Patty? All right. So congratulations, Sammy. So this is where I put your name, right? Correct. You nominated him? Okay. Sorry, please bear with me. I'll get this. And then this one was you, right? And then I don't know who's second. Patty? This one who motioned. You motioned and who second? You have it too? Okay, wonderful. All righty. I'll just read this. Appoint Assistant Superintendent Charles Jedd as Secretary to the Board of Trustees.
Make a motion.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, Sandra?
Aye.
Aye. Sammy?
Aye.
Patty?
Aye.
Okay, very good. Okay, now we set dates and times and place for regular board meetings to be held at the second of the fourth and the fourth Wednesdays of the month at 6 p.m. Do I have a motion?
I motion.
Motion. Second?
I'll second.
Sandra. Any discussions? Sandra?
Aye.
Sammy?
Aye.
Patty?
Aye.
All right. We adjourned of the meeting of the organizational meeting. We will now adjourn to our organizational meeting at 6:06. Yes, sir? Vote. Oh, I'm sorry, I was saying aye without saying loud enough. My bad. I was actually marking myself as I was saying aye. I did vote, thank you, and I will do it out loud. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? I guess. I will now call this regular board meeting to order at 6:07. All trustees are present. We have a quorum. Welcome. This meeting is being webcast live and recorded. The recordings or webcasts may capture images and sounds of those attending the meeting. Approve the December 17 regular meeting agenda. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second, okay. Any discussion? Sandra?
Aye.
Aye. Teresa vote. Sammy?
Aye.
Patty?
Aye.
Okay. Report. Middle and high school report.
First off, congratulations, Teresa, your presidency.
Thank you.
My name is Alexandra Lindo. I'm here to give a high school report. I wanted to get back to before Thanksgiving break. We had the entire hall filled with leaves for students and staff to leave grateful messages. It was a success, and now the hallway is filled with snowflakes to get into the holiday season and look forward to a bunch of break. Also, prior to Thanksgiving break, we held a veterans rally in which we took time to respect our honored local veterans and had our band play the military test. The rally was a success. Now, currently, students are in the process of finals, having already completed their first, second, and third finals. First, second, and third period finals. To celebrate this coming break, we are having a dress-up week. Today was Disney attire, and tomorrow is final day. Our winter sports have kicked off, and we had a successful start. Last week, boys took first place in the tournament, boys basketball. And CHS soccer team is going on strong. Last week, the girls soccer won the tournament. Seniors are currently gearing up for graduation by completing one of the requirements of finishing up FAFSA. There was a workshop for students and parents to work on the application last Wednesday. And now, a Letterman jacket scholarships are now available for students to apply for. It is a really great way to offer students who may not be able to afford the jacket but can display their school spirit by being actively involved in high school.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Good evening, board members, district administrators, parents, and community members. My name is David Gomez, and I'm the EC president and zoning for the school. Thank you for letting me share some of the great things that are going on my campus. Our next speaker for recognizing our Performing Arts Department, Mr. Gina, the gentleman band director led great performances by beginning and advanced band students. This concert at CJUSD is great success. I'd also like to recognize Mr. Hodgson, our theater department. They gave multiple fantastic performances of Dorothy and Wonderland. Next, the January class fair was a huge success as over 280 students came to make their favorite winter craft. There were over 15 different crafts for students to choose from, including snowman candles, homemade lip balm, and photo booths and wind chimes, just to name a few. January was just hosted a rally to recognize our soccer and wrestling programs. There were performances by the January cheer team, the leadership class, and Mr. Gina and the January drumline, and some awesome rankings. This time, the 8th graders won the spirit competition. I'd like to finish off with an update regarding our wrestling and soccer season. Wrestling has hosted dual and team matches and will continue after the winter break. Both JV soccer teams had successful seasons, with the girls team highlighting the end of their season with a second place finish at the Stratford varsity tournament. Both of the varsity soccer teams have made the playoffs, and the boys played the league championships this Thursday in a row. As we go to winter break, all of us here at Junior West would like to thank the board for their continued support. Have a great day.
Thank you. Superintendent's report?
I just have a few brief words tonight. As we reach the midpoint of the school year, I'd like to take a moment to express my gratitude to our all of our staff members, our classified staff throughout the district that perform so many different duties on our sites and help keep our schools running daily. To our teachers and our coaches who really focused this year on developing essential standards and working on our assessment, and to our site administration for providing the leadership that has made this first half of the year a success. We've faced some challenges and we've embraced some new opportunities, and most importantly, we've continued to work together to ensure that every student in our district continues to grow, learn, and thrive. So on behalf of the district leadership team, I want to just extend my deepest thanks for everything that we've done so far, and let's take some time over the upcoming break to rest, spend some quality time with our family and friends, and come back for the next chapter in January. And I just want to wish everyone a happy holidays and see everyone on January 13th when classes resume. So thank you all.
Thank you. All right. Board of Trustees? Okay, I have a little stuff. I was very fortunate to be able to attend the education conference in Anaheim this last month, or this month, it's still in December, and it was very, very interesting. There were so many different opportunities to learn, to see other boards do their things. So I really appreciate that opportunity to go, and so I enjoyed that very well, as well as going with the members that we went. It was a very nice team building experience, I believe, so I appreciate that. The soccer tournament at the high school was very exciting. Unfortunately, my daughter wasn't able to play this year, but it was still very exciting to go see. The basketball tournament, we, like Nancy said, we took first. And then the high school and the John Muir Band performance, that was very exciting too. I really enjoyed that, as well as the John Muir Theater play that they put on. So it's really important to be able to be in a community that people get involved, and just seeing the number of people attending all of those events, it really brings joy to the community. So thank you for everybody here to putting it together and allowing their students to participate, and our students participating. Thank you. That's all I have. All right. Corcoran Faculty Association.
Good evening, everyone. I am Roseanne Salcido, Corcoran Faculty Association President. We are halfway through the school year. Everyone's looking forward to winter break. Today, CFA would like to bring up an important issue regarding safety for both students and staff. We have asked the district for a district-wide foggy day schedule for countless years in negotiations, but have been denied every time as unimportant. Every year right after Thanksgiving break is when the fog hits the valley the worst. A number of surrounding districts have implemented foggy day schedules, but not Corcoran. The dangerous fog affects not only commuting teachers and other staff, but even students who live in town. Attendance is affected as well, since parents either keep their child at home or they take their child late to school until the fog has lifted. CFA would like the board to take action. We would like the board to consider implementing a foggy day schedule similar to surrounding districts. For example, Lemoore Union Elementary School District calls a foggy day schedule on a daily basis that's broadcast on local television station news. Schools don't start class until 9 a.m. We live in the most dangerous area for fog. More than 80% of teachers commute to Corcoran every day to teach the students of Corcoran Unified School District. Some teachers, like myself, transport their children with them every morning to attend Corcoran schools. We need a plan to keep the employees and students safe. CFA hopes everyone has a safe and happy winter vacation and New Year. Thank you for your time. Corcoran Faculty Association.
Thank you. California School Employees Association. Were they not on? Okay. All right. Thank you. Other reports? First interim report, CBO Daniel Alvarez.
Good evening. Thank you. Tonight I have the interim report for you guys. The first interim is an update on the budget for the period ending October 31st. On this report, we are certifying to the county and to the state whether or not we have a positive, qualified, or a negative certification. The positive certification means that we will meet our financial obligations. Qualified, we may not, or negative, we will not meet the financial obligations, but I'm happy to report that we will have a positive certification that we are submitting to the county office. So on our first slide here, this is an overview of our enrollment and the average daily attendance. Over the last few years, the blue column is showing our enrollment, which is the number of students that are enrolled in our school district. We have been seeing a decline over the last 2 years, which is not unusual. Throughout the state, there has been a decline in enrollment. The lighter blue column is our ADA, or our district average daily attendance, the number of students that are actually coming to school on a daily basis. And then the green column is our funded ADA. That is, has a protection. It's either our current year average daily attendance, whichever is highest of the three options. The current year, the prior year, or the average of the preceding 3 years. That number includes our current school district ADA as well as the attendance levels for students that reside in our district that are with county programs. So we have a little bit of a higher bump there on the funded ADA. The current year 24/5 ADA and funded ADA are just estimates based on prior history. The next slide is an overview of our general fund revenue. The total district revenue is projected to be $63.1 million. The largest portion of that revenue is our LCFS, the Local Control Funding Formula. And then after that, we have our state revenue, federal revenue, and then other general local revenue. The largest portion, the LCFS revenue, we are funded at $15,000, almost $16,000 per student. And within that is unduplicated pupil funding, which is for our EL, foster youth, or free and reduced qualified students. They generate, there is an additional funding of of that $16,600 roughly dollars that we have set aside and have a funding plan of ways to increase services for them in our LCAP. The next slide, we have an overview of our general fund expenditures. The estimated expenditures for this year is $63.5 million. The majority of it being for salary and benefits, 71%. The remaining 29% is other operating expenditures, material supplies, equipment, and things of that nature. And on this slide, it's similar to our previous, still showing our $63.5 million in estimated expenditures. broken down by function. So the function just gives us an idea of what type of services we are spending. Instruction-related services, the instruction and instruction services, about 67%. Pupil services, which would be counseling, psychologists, or health services, 9%. And then ancillary services, I said that right, is our school-sponsored co-curricular and athletics, about 2%. General administration, 9%. That would be our like district office, administration board, et cetera. Plant services is just general upkeep of our facilities, maintenance, operations, and security, around 12%. And then other outgo is our services with the county office for special education, as well as the COP payment at 3%. When we put those two together, our total revenue, funds coming in minus our expenditures, the dollars we have going out, have a decrease of fund balance of about $341,000, almost $342,000. But it's important to note within that we have two areas, our unrestricted and our restricted funds. The unrestricted has an increase to the fund balance of $1.3 million roughly, and restricted a decrease of $1.7 million. The restricted being special programs or categories or grants that we have. The overall fund balance is expected to be around $32.2 million, 18.7 of which for the unrestricted, 13.5 for the restricted programs. And this is just a general overview of our current year, in addition to the two remaining out years. The current year being 4.5, and then the next year is 5.6 and 6.7. So we have just a few highlights on the side there. We have for our revenue next year, we've identified the increase for our LCFS. We will have a reduction in some one-time funding and expiring funds, the expiring being ESSER and a few others. And then we will have some local revenue that we'll be losing in the next year. Otherwise, on the expenditure side, we have accounted for the reduction in those one-time funding sources. And in addition, we are noting the second column cost for both certificated and classified. And then there is a little bit of an increase on our benefits. The state keeps increasing the cost on first for affiliated. Same thing in the next year, the 26-27 year. And then our last slide, the overall district fund summary. This is showing a picture of the district's position for all funds. Our general fund, which is the bulk of our revenue and expenditures, but then additionally the student activity, that's just a reporting that we have for our junior high and high school student body activity. The adult ed fund, the money we have coming in goes back to that program that's set aside just for them. The child development preschool cafeteria fund, probably we'll have some adjustments there and won't have as much of a change in fund balance, but that's just kind of what it's looking at right now. Still, we'll have a fund balance at the end of the year. Just for maintenance, that's what we have set aside for our major facilities projects, like changing the roof, HVAC, things like that. And then developer fees, funds that come in from community development that we can use for future growth in the district. And our special reserve, which is other facilities needs. That has the biggest change in fund balance right there. That's our high school science modernization and the Kings Lake modular project. Any questions? The full version of the report is in the packet as well, so please stop the report. Go online right there.
Okay, thank you. Public comment? Members of the public wanting to provide public comments on items listed on tonight's agenda, we recommend you fill out a public comment form on the table in the forum and hand it to Gina Gonzalez before the item comes up on the agenda. We recommend you complete a separate form for each agenda item you want to comment on. Members of the public providing public comments, please use the microphone on the podium in the middle of the boardroom. Okay, so we have no public comments. Okay, Informational item, Corcoran High School student trip at Larkin.
Good evening. Actually, Jesus, you guys get out loud enough. It's actually not really a trip. This has not been brought to the board before, to my knowledge. We wanted to bring it as an informational. Skills USA it's like a voluntary competition for kids that are in our CTE programs to basically showcase their skills. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with FFA and how that has a lot of competitive opportunities for kids in the ag program. This is the same thing, but for kids for, like, say, for example, for nursing. So if you remember last year, the young lady that would speak at the board meetings on behalf of the high school, Mariana Moreno, she actually got to the nationals in Georgia last year for nursing. So that's basically what this is. It's not really a trip anywhere. It's done in the TLC, basically remotely over Zoom. But if they qualify, then they can travel at that point to go compete next state. So it's a regional. Then it goes to state, which I believe is in Ontario. And then last year, the nationals was in Georgia. But basically, that's what it is. Are there any questions about what Skills USA is all about?
Any questions? Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
Action items, consent agenda, November 13, 24 regular board meeting minutes. I don't have to read them? Okay. See, we will be here all night. All right. So.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay. Sammy and Sandra. Any discussion? No? Okay, roll call. Sandra?
Aye.
Lisa? Aye. Sammy?
Aye.
Patty?
Aye.
Thank you. Administration, consider canceling the December 25th, 24 regular board meeting due to winter break. Chuck?
We've set our calendar that we have some meetings scheduled over break, so we want to cancel that. And I would recommend, as we do the school calendar when we come back, and be looking at our board calendar in a little bit more detail and kind of strategically placing those meetings. So we talked about having second and fourth. I mean, we can always kind of set our calendar when we do the regular school calendar as well.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
I need a motion.
All righty. Any discussion? No discussion? Okay. Roll call. Sandra?
Aye.
Sammy?
Aye.
Patty?
Aye.
And I. No. Oh, okay. Okay. We did speak about it. All right. Consider the approval of canceling the January 8th regular board meeting due to the winter break. Chuck again.
The kind of the same as the first one we just canceled. So.
All right. Any discussion? No. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Action.
Second.
Okay. Roll call. Sandra?
Aye.
Sammy?
Aye.
Patty?
Aye.
And I. For you guys in the audience, we did discuss having a discussion prior to making motions. That was something that we agreed on the last meeting we'd had. Okay. Workshop meeting we had. Consider the approval of minimum dates change at John Muir Middle School from March 28th to April 9th, 2025. Dave Whitmore?
The original date that we picked ended up being too early in the season for a lot of schools. We weren't going to get the turnout that we normally get, which is near 20 schools. So we're asking to move it later.
What is this for, Mr. Whitmore?
It's for our track meet. We have a minimum day. In order to do the track meet, we have all of the teachers involved. And if you haven't come out to see our track meet, it's amazing. We'll have 20 different middle schools. You have near 1,000 athletes. It's at the high school stadium, which is a great facility. So
if we approve it, it'll be April 9th, the day that you have it. Okay, thank you. Any discussion? No?
So is it just a one-day thing, or is it a?
yeah, it's just a one-day thing.
Okay.
Seen the 2 days, right? Mm-hmm.
We're just switching this.
Yeah. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
Sandra?
Aye.
Sammy?
Aye.
Patty?
Aye.
And I. Consider the approval of Kings Lake Early Out Wednesday schedule. Brian Brazier?
Basically, we're trying to get our PLC started. The whole district, we're having to push the PLCs, and we weren't able to get ours started because it was hard to meet with my teachers after school on a regular basis. So we decided to try to do a late out. So we didn't want to have an early out and have our kids mix with everybody else because everybody's out early on Wednesday. So we decided to do an early out and let them out at 1:40. And that will give me time to meet with my teachers and start my PLCs up and start to build that rapport with the teachers so we can get that going and align with the rest of the district.
I thought you had a morning session or an afternoon session.
No, we killed those sessions because we weren't getting enough credits that we wanted, so
For the time that we wanted to make up.
right now there's 2 full day sessions.
Right, any discussion? No? Do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
The roll call. Sandra?
Aye.
Sammy?
Aye.
Patty?
Aye.
And I. Consider the approval of negotiated tentative agreement to the 2024-25 collective bargaining agreement with Corcoran Faculty Association. Rebecca?
Good evening. We have provided in your packet some information in regards to the negotiating teams with Corcoran Faculty Association and Corcoran Joint Unified School District. We have provided met and negotiated and have a signed tentative agreement, and we have presented that to the board with exactly what was agreed upon, as well as the disclosures of collective bargaining unit, which adds the salary to 1.07% to their respective certificated salary schedule, as well as a one-time off-schedule payment of $1,000, and then a 0.10% to their respective health and welfare, for a total compensation of 2.0% for the 24-25 school year.
Thank you. Any discussion? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
I second.
Okay, roll call. Sandra?
Aye.
Sammy?
Aye.
Patty?
Aye.
And I. All right. we could just- Okay, first reading of board policy 1 through 16. And I move on. Business, consider the approval of first intern Danielle Alvarez. Since you already spoke?
Yeah, it just would be the approval of the first interim report that is in the packet, and it is the report provided earlier, the summary of that.
All right, any discussion? Do I have a motion?
Aye.
I'll second.
Second. Roll call. Sandra?
Aye.
Sammy?
Aye.
Patty?
Aye.
And I. Consider the approval of the first interim budget revisions, resolution number 1389, adopting budget revisions. Danielle?
And so within that first interim, we update the budget. We have to submit a revision or change to the county office to certify that these are the updates for each of the lines as presented in the first interim.
Any discussion? Do I have a motion?
I do approve.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call. Sandra?
Aye.
Sammy?
Aye.
Patty?
Aye.
And I. Consider the approval of change orders to Corcoran High School Science Wing, Kings Lake Modular. Danielle?
So I've submitted the change orders that have been submitted for both the high school science modernization and Kings Lake modular. A number of them have actually been approved, some of which prior to me coming on board, so I'm bringing them for ratification. And then a few others that have happened recently. There is a summary page that gives a bit of a description for each one of them off to the side.
Any discussion? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second? Roll call. Sandra?
Aye.
Sammy?
Aye.
Patty?
Aye.
And I. Consider the approval annual developer fee report. Danielle?
The annual developer fee report, we're required to bring that to you around the time year. It's a report of the prior fiscal year, the developer fees that have been received by the district. In the report, we show that the beginning balance at the start of last school year was $216,000. We did receive developer fees of around $500,000, including some interest, and our only expenditure was the developer fee study in that year. So we ended with an ending balance of $750,000. There are a few new requirements. You'll see that was a little different than the previous year, but we have to show how the expenditure was funded, if it was 100% out of developer fees or if it was shared costs with another funding source. In our case, it was not. It was 100% out of the developer fee funding. Our current rates are $4.79 per square foot for residential, 78 cents for commercial, and 36 cents for self-storage. And then previously, we had proposed some expenditures out of developer fees. The Bret Hart modulars, that was a different funding source, I believe. That project started in 2022. The high school modular science, or no, high school modular project that had happened a little while ago was initially proposed to be funded out of developer fees, in addition to the science building modernization. But there was not enough funding within the developer fees, so we used other funding for those projects.
Okay. Any discussion? Do I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Do I have a second?
A second.
Roll call. Sandra?
Aye.
Sammy?
Aye.
Patty?
Aye.
And I. Resolutions. Resolution to 1390, certification of signatures.
Make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Got to ask the discussion portion, but roll call. Sandra?
Aye.
Sammy?
Aye.
Patty?
Aye.
And I. Future agenda items. Okay, so we motion to cancel the January 8th, 2025 meeting. So the next meeting we have scheduled for January 22nd, 2025 at 6 p.m. Identify closed session topics. The following topics have been identified for closed session: personal matters, conference with labor negotiator. And then what is this? Public comment on closed session items? Okay. Public comment on closed session items. So do we go to closed session now? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and adjourn to closed session at 6:38 p.m. Thank you, everyone. Have a great holiday.
Merry Christmas.